I'm not interested in being the smartest person in the room. I'm interested in talking to the smartest person in the room. So a word on being the smartest person in the room. I don't know about you, but frequently I'm not. But more importantly, I try to put myself in environments where people really are brilliant. And here's the reason why. I'm not interested in being the big fish in the tiny little pond. I want to be the tiniest fish in the biggest ocean I can get myself in. And the reason is those brilliant people really do expose me to things and challenge me in ways that I can't possibly do myself. So a couple of examples of ways I've done this is one, several years ago, I went to the Aspen Institute, and I always tell the story because I think it's important to be humble and grounded and, really learn from experience. And when I went there, I sort of knew that everybody there would be extremely accomplished and brilliant, but you don't realize just how brilliant. And so you get into these small groups, there are 25 of you, and you process a major issue. Ours was on privacy and the internet. And these people had extraordinary jobs and were incredibly accomplished. And when I tell you I was the tiniest fish, I'm not, sort of downplaying this or the situation. I was the tiniest little fish. People had worked for the Department of Defense, people had worked for HBO and the New York Times, and it was like, hey, and then there's me. But what I can tell you from that experience is not only did I forge really meaningful relationships, but I learned so much from those people. And I can tell you that that very same experience was really replicated for me when I was able to do TED. When I sat at that speaker's table for dinner for the speaker's event, I can tell you, there was the interpreter for the Dalai Lama, there were people there who had created disruptive technology, and then there was moi. And I always joke, I'm thinking, these poor people probably think I'm there to serve the drinks. They have no idea that I'm there to, work with them. But I make fun of that and I joke about it because I think that there is no greater education than really reaching out to brilliant people and not to be afraid of that, but to be okay with that and just be really, really curious and respectful, and you'll learn so much. So one of the things that I would love to encourage you to do is to identify an event or an opportunity where you will be the littlest fish, where maybe you won't be the smartest person in the room, but where you can really push your comfort zone and really learn from others and glean other sort of worlds and think about other things you've never thought about before. It will expand your world enormously, and honestly, it will totally change your life. It changed mine. I feel really, really lucky to have been in the company of extraordinarily remarkable people. And I couldn't have done that if I was attached to my own ego and I always wanted to be the bright, shiny, brilliant person. Instead, I've always chosen to be in spaces where people were much more remarkable than myself. There's a lot you can learn from that experience. So go and find yourself an opportunity and let me know what happens.